I may have changed my mind about SPs. Yes, I may have changed my mind about SPs, and here's why. Hey everyone, I am Dr. Stephanie, neurometaphysicist, and just as I started out, I may have changed my mind about SPs, and which is a specific person, and I am going to tell you why. But before I get into that, I want to tell you what my stance used to be. I was looking for a video where I talked about it so I can edit it, but I thought this would be much quicker. Let me just tell you what it was. My entire time on YouTube, I have been pretty much against I want to be very clear, me making content on SPs. And I try not to encourage other people to manifest SPs. And the reason has been is almost all of the people who want to manifest SPs, they're manifesting people who have broken up with them, most likely did not treat them well. And while you can manifest better treatment, the reality is the desire to manifest someone who has dumped you, who hasn't treated you well, who has not been what they needed to be and has not treated you the way you needed to be, is almost always rooted in lack of someone better coming along, lack of someone you love as much coming along. And I have just never liked that. What has always been better, in my opinion, is to focus on the qualities in the partner that you desire. Focus on that. And as you focus on that, if that person changes and comes, great. And if it's somebody better that you don't even know exists, even better. That has always been my stance. Why have I changed? Well, really, I haven't changed from that stance. I still hold the stance of it's better if you focus on the person, the man or the woman that you want to call into you. If it's the same person, great. And if it's another person, great. Right? I still hold that stance, but a few things have changed. First, you're an adult. And if you choose to spend your time and energy working on changing how someone treats you, as opposed to just focusing on how you desire to be treated and let the right person show up, that's your business. People do love work and love spells and all those things on people all the time. That's no good for them. And ultimately, that's your choice and you have to deal with the consequences, and that's that on that, because the reality is no matter how much you tell a person, focus on the type of man or the type of woman you desire and not a specific person. People are going to do what they want to do. You deal with the consequences, whether the consequences is you getting them and you don't want to keep doing that work to keep them the way they are, and so they default back, or you get them and something happens. You deal with the outcome of, I have to have just this person, nobody else. I have to have just this person. I just think it's such a lack field limiting belief, right? But I've always thought you can manifest anything you want to. I just never suggested it. What else? What I have my notes here. What else has changed around this? Really, that is the biggest piece, is you have the right to manifest what you desire. And if that's what you want to do, then do it. The other thing that has changed for me are my thoughts on free will. And a lot of times I hear people talk about certain things because I've done videos on how to change people, your boss, friends, partners, because you can change people. You can change how they show up. You can change how they treat you. You can change all those things. And people often bring up the conversation of free will as if we can go against someone's free will. And the reality is, as I've gone deeper, as I've studied more, as I've seen more case studies of my own, of people who I help, what Florence Scovel Shan would call it being a treatment, but help them manifest what they want to, like I would do it and help them manifest. One of the things that is blatantly clear is, if someone, and you can find this in all your different studies, and you guys love Neville, so I'll tell you this is a Neville thing too. If someone would not want something for someone else, they are not open to whatever suggestion you give them. If it's something someone would not even have a seed of a desire for, it doesn't matter how much you try to manifest them. You can manifest them to the cap. You can vision, you can believe it, you can see it. But if it's something that there is not a seed of desire for within them already, then it's just not going to happen. And I see a lot of people here, they're like, but Neville said, Neville also said these things. And also, it has been a product of so many different studies. If you look at manifestations, it is almost always the person already had a desire for them anyway. I remember in the Game of Life and How to Play It, Florence Scovel, someone asked her about them manifesting a house. And it's the reason the guy died in the house, and the house was now like heavy on her, was because she went like against their free will. And Florence said, well, if that person had been knowledgeable in the truth, basically if that person had been doing their own work, that wouldn't have happened in the first place. But now you have to deal with the repercussions of your actions. That in itself, whether we're talking about the conversation of free will, whether we're talking about manifesting ASP, whatever it is, you are going to deal with the repercussions of your actions, period. And so who am I to say not to do it? Again, my thing has always been, people will work to call in SPs who have been abusive and then have this idea of like, but I can make them be the way I want them. Why the hell would you want to? They literally, that has just always been my POV. But recently, now that being said, recently I've worked with people and I've talked to people, and they've been manifesting amazing people, and they were SPs, but not necessarily exes. They were SPs, people they were already dating, and they wanted to spice up the relationship. They wanted to take it from dating to full-fledged committed relationships. That is a different conversation. So all those things combined are the things that started making me say, you know what, maybe I won't be completely against SP, and just you deal with the repercussions of your actions if you are calling in someone with whom you probably should not be calling in anyway. No matter what it is you're doing, what you put out will be returned to you. And so if you're putting out something, and you're putting out something to someone who, number one, they mistreat you, something that you feel is against their will, like any of those things, it will come back. And so listen, deal with the repercussions of your actions. And then I also realized like I was limiting a lot of my content. I did a video the other day. It was just like a quick reel, or what do we call it here? Short. And I was flabbergasted at the number of people who was interested in the conversation. I usually talk about business and money, or manifesting, career stuff, and all those things. And people were so interested in relationship conversation. It was so weird because all I was saying, I said, this man is so taken with me, and it's kind of funny to watch. And someone did comment, I thought you didn't like SP content. Well, let me be very clear. The man was already taken with me. I would never use my powers of thought transmission and all those things for someone who didn't want me. That's weird. My Aquarius personality is like, baby, you don't want me, you go stay over there, you know? So it's already someone who's been around for years, right? And so, you know, just looking at the comments, and so many people are like, oh my goodness, how do you do this? How do you? I'm like, you guys are really into SP content. And so much of it is the same. And I do have other thoughts, and do have other techniques and other things that I think will be beneficial. So anyway, it's likely I may do some sort of SP shorts or SP something. And so I just wanted to do a quick video to let you know what has changed for me. And that would be it. Like, if you want to do that, then do that. And I'll provide it, and let the chips fall where they may. Let me know if you have any thoughts. Let me know if you have any questions down in the comment section.